Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Amanda. So in today's What's for Dinner video, I've got some really yummy recipes for you. We're also going to be introducing this sweet girl to you, so stay tuned. So guys, today's video has some really easy and yummy recipes, just perfect for those busy weeknights. I've also got a really fun Nutstop haul for you. Lots of yummy goodies there. We're also going to be making some chocolate muffins using one of the things from the Nutstop haul, and I'm excited to share that with you. Also, I've got some puppy footage at the end of this video, so if you're wanting to meet Mila, our puppy, go ahead and stay tuned to the end for that. But go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you're excited to get into these recipes. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So first up, we have Crockpot chicken with Thanksgiving sides. And y'all, my favorite is like dressing, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes. They're all so good. So I forgot to get footage of this going in the crock pot, but I used my 10-quart crock pot. I put 4 bone-in chicken breasts and I covered them with water. So I made sure they were completely covered. I cooked that overnight and then I kind of, deboned it and got everything out. So it also left us with some nice broth that we're going to use in our next recipe, our chicken and dumplings. So I was so happy with how this chicken turned out. I just cooked it on low, and I did cook it overnight. It probably cooked for somewhere between 8 to 10 hours on low, and it turned out so tender, y'all. That just fell apart. It was so good, and I'm definitely going to do this again. My husband was really impressed by it. He really liked the way it turned out. Plus, we had plenty to eat for this night, and then we also used some in the chicken and dumplings, and we even had a little more left over, so it was a nice way to have chicken on hand. So now I'm just getting started on my mashed potatoes. I've boiled some potatoes. I'm adding in some butter and some half and half. You can also use milk, but I feel like half and half makes them so very creamy, and I really like the consistency they are with the half and half. But you're just going to go ahead and get those all combined. And I don't really have measurements for this, guys. I just kind of do it by, texture. If it needs a little more, half and half, I pour a little more in there. I taste it if it needs a little something else, that kind of thing. I feel like mashed potatoes are usually pretty easy to do that way. Just be careful not to get too much liquid. But if you do, you could always use instant mashed potatoes to kind of help you out there too. Now, I have these side items, the dressing and the sweet potatoes, in another video, my Thanksgiving sides. I'll have that link below for y'all too. They are so good. Definitely favorites here. So next we have easy chicken and dumplings. So these are super easy because they're using these Ann's old-fashioned flat dumplings. It's not exactly the same, of course, as homemade, but these were really good, y'all. Everybody really enjoyed them. You just break these apart, and then I broke them into about thirds as well, and then just drop them in the boiling stock when you've got that going. Now, I used probably about 8 to 10 cups of the stock that I had from, I think I used most of it, if not all of it, but it was about 8 to 10 cups is what I ended up with. And then you're just going to drop those in batches, stirring in between and making sure that they don't stick together and all that good stuff. And then once these boil for just a little bit, you're going to add in your shredded chicken, and then as well as like some half and half, heavy cream, milk, whatever is your preferred, dairy item there. And really, I just pretty much kind of followed some of the directions from the Ann's dumplings box. I don't think it had the like half and half listed on there. I added a half a cup of that if you want to make these like that, because I definitely want that kind of creaminess to them. I love like Cracker Barrel's chicken and dumplings. They're like my favorite. And I just love chicken and dumplings anyways. I've made them also on my channel before, so if you're looking for like an actual recipe that's like a homemade version, I'll link that down below in the description box as well. They were so good, so I highly recommend that recipe too. So we just added that half and half like I mentioned earlier, and you're just going to let it cook for just a few more minutes and kind of get warmed through and make sure everything gets kind of all thickened a little bit there. And y'all, these were really, really good. You can see there they're creamy. It's just true comfort food. And this was so quick and easy. So if you're wanting chicken and dumplings but don't want to spend a lot of time on it, this would be the way to do it. So I just topped it with a little pepper too. That's always good in dumplings. And we just really enjoyed these. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite comfort food is. I think this time of year comfort food is always something that's enjoyable. So let me know what your favorite thing is. Next up, we have the Mississippi pot roast. And y'all, I'm going to admit, I had never made the Mississippi pot roast before. So this was new to us. I know a lot of people make it. I have to watch my sodium, so I had to modify it a little bit. I've got an eye of round roast in there that I cut into thirds. I went and put a little bit of the pepperoncini pepper liquid in there, as well as some pepperoncini peppers, some butter, and a pack of the lower sodium brown gravy mix. It was at this point that I completely forgot the ranch dressing mix. You're going to see me put the lid on here in just a little bit. I think I do add a little bit of beef broth in there too. The recipe didn't call for that, but I felt like I wanted to make sure I had enough liquid, like gravy type liquid. And so I did that. But I still can't believe I forgot that ranch dressing mix. But I do remember it shortly after and add it in. So that's okay if you do that too, you know. And now that I used my homemade ranch dressing mix, this is actually a no salt version. And it also has no buttermilk powder or anything like that in it. And so I'll have it linked from my blog. I haven't filmed it for y'all, but it's super easy. I'll have that recipe linked below in the description box so that you can use that if you'd like. But it's definitely handy for those who have to watch their sodium, and, you know, completely no salt in that recipe. You're welcome to add some though if you like. Now after this has cooked for a while and the meat has gotten all tender, we're ready to pull that roast out and start shredding it. And you definitely just want to cook this until the meat just starts falling apart, and then it's going to be all nice and tender for you. Next time I will put more pepperoncini peppers in it. My daughter absolutely loved those pepperoncini peppers, and she's like, just put the whole thing in there next time. So I won't put more of the liquid probably, but definitely more of the peppers. And you can see how easy this shreds apart because it's all nice and cooked really well. And guys, while I'm thinking about it, I just want to wish you each a happy Thanksgiving. I'm hoping to have one more video posted before Thanksgiving, but I did just want to wish each of you a happy Thanksgiving that are in the United States, just because I know that you may get busy and not get to watch my next video until after Thanksgiving. So I do hope each of you have a good day. I'm looking forward to it myself. It's, like I've said before, my favorite food holiday, and I just love the family time. It's always fun. So now we've got that meat all shredded. It's ready to go. We're going to go ahead and make some gravy with that broth. And I just added a little bit of cornstarch. I think about 2 to 3 tablespoons of cornstarch to a little bit of that broth, and just boiled the broth and added that cornstarch slurry there that we made. And you're just going to continue cooking it until it's nice and thickened. And that made such an easy gravy because, of course, you know, if you have a roast, it's like you definitely want gravy, which is why I put the extra beef broth in there so I can make sure that we had plenty of gravy. I feel like gravy is kind of like butter. It just makes everything better, right? It's just always a tasty addition, especially to pot roast or things like that. Now we've got our pot roast over there, some mashed potatoes that I made, the gravy, of course, and also our asparagus that you'll also find in that Thanksgiving sides video. So like I said, I'll have that linked below in the description box if you want to see how we made that. It was so very good. We really loved asparagus that way. We'll be making them again that way. We definitely love this meal. We've already got plans to make the roast again. My daughter actually likes to use the roast in nachos too, so that's a good idea to kind of use it a different way if you're looking for a different way to eat it. It's always nice to reinvent leftovers so you have a new way to enjoy it. So guys, I'm really excited to share this Nutstop haul with y'all. I was so excited when they reached out to me to try their products. We have really enjoyed them. I'm going to have our 5 top favorites linked below in the description box. Also, I want to have a discount code for y'all that they've given me too. That information will be in the description box as well, so make sure you take a look for that. It'll be for 10% off. My top favorite was the chocolate covered cherries. Oh my word, they were so good. It was just dried cherries dipped in milk chocolate, and I just love cherries anyways, but so very good. I cannot recommend them enough. Also, they're packed in, like, you'll see these, but these bags are really durable, and they're zip closure too. So that makes it really nice to be able to, you know, reuse the bags, like, well, or, you know, keep opening them and using them throughout. And I'm also going to show you how we use these mini peanut butter cups in a yummy chocolate muffin recipe too. So stay tuned for that, but let's go ahead and get into this haul and then I'll show you that muffin recipe. So guys, here are all the Nutstop goodies. I'll go over each one of them with you and tell you exactly what I got. We are so excited to dig into these and try them out. And I'll show you each thing that we got. Okay, so we'll start over here. This is roasted sunflower seeds, salted. My son absolutely loves sunflower seeds, so there's those. And these are like the strawberry bonbons, and like all these are like 1 pound packages, which is really awesome too. So I was excited to get all these. And then these are like butterscotch discs. That's another favorite. I have a funny story about that. My son, every time he would go to the eye doctor, they had butterscotch discs there, and he would always like get several to eat on. He loves them so much. And then we've got the sea salt caramel drops, and they're actually like little mini chips, which would be really fun in like cookies and muffins and all kinds of stuff. And then these are dark chocolate coffee beans. Okay, I do not like coffee, but I love chocolate covered coffee beans. So I know that's kind of funny probably, but I'm just not a big coffee person. I love the way it smells though. It smells so good. These are chocolate covered cherries, which I absolutely love cherries. So I thought that would be good. And then we've got, I think these are like peanut clusters. Yeah, milk chocolate peanut patties. So there's those. And then chocolate covered pretzels, which, you know, those are always good. Got the little bit of salt from the pretzel and the chocolate. And this is like mini peanut butter cups, which I'm really excited to use these. I thought these might be fun in like a cookie or even muffins again, cupcakes, things like that. That would be fun. And these are sour apple gummy dots, and sour candy is always kind of yummy. So, and then we've got gummy butterflies. My kids like love the gummy butterflies. They used to get them a lot of times like when we go to Pigeon Forge or something like that, and so I thought that we'd try these. I can't really see them great in there, but they're really cute. This was my son's request, Australian red licorice. He absolutely loves licorice, so that looks like something he's going to enjoy a lot. And we've got some Spanish cocktail mix, and that's got all kinds of stuff. It's got, let's see, almonds, chickpeas, all kinds of stuff in there, so that'll be interesting to try. And then last we have the chocolate covered peanuts. I think it's like double dipped. Yeah, double dipped. And those are usually always good too. So we're really excited to try everything. Very appreciative of Nutstop for reaching out and offering us to try these things. We're definitely excited to dig in and try them all. So now we're going to make some chocolate muffins, and we're going to use those mini peanut butter cups from Nutstop to make these muffins. So we're just adding our dry ingredients there. We've got some flour, some sugar, baking powder, a little bit of salt, and we're going to add our cocoa powder in there as well and just whisk that together and get that all combined. And then in another bowl, we're going to start on our wet ingredients. We're going to have some milk and egg and some oil and get those mixed together, and of course you combine it. So let me ask y'all something. I always do it separately when the recipe says to, but sometimes I wonder, do you really need to do that? Because, you know, it dirties up another bowl. So let me know if you end up just using one bowl and just putting it all together or not. Oh, and we also add a little bit of vanilla in there too. We'll whisk that together really well, like I said, and mix that together. Now this is more of a runny batter, These are actually supposed to be really moist chocolate muffins. I will tell you that they didn't turn out real moist for me. I'm not sure if it was maybe I baked them just a little too long. So you might want to check them a little before the time. I did see some people in the review saying that wasn't enough time. So I think obviously it can so much depend on somebody's oven, because this recipe, you actually do something a little different. You bake it at 425 degrees for 10 minutes and then you turn it down to 350. So I'm adding in those mini peanut butter cups in there, and y'all, this made these muffins in my opinion. Like the mini peanut butter cups being in there were so good, and those mini peanut butter cups would be great in any kind of like cupcakes, a cake, all kinds of stuff, and of course they're just yummy to snack on too. So we're just going to fill our cupcake liners with our muffin mixture, and like I said, this bakes at 425 degrees for 10 minutes. Then you turn it down to 350 degrees for 5 minutes. And I'll have to say, I was really shocked. I thought, that's not going to be enough time. But it was completely done. And like I said, maybe they went a little over because these weren't super, moist for us. But, definitely play around with that with your oven. Everybody's ovens obviously are different. And I'm just adding a few of the peanut butter cups on top just for a little decoration. And y'all, these really puffed up a lot, which she said in her recipe, that's why you bake them at that higher temp. It helps them like really poof up like that. So I really liked how they turned out. I really like these. Like I said, they didn't turn out as moist as I'd like them to, but I still thought they were good. And man, those mini peanut butter cups really made these muffins. I almost wish I'd put a little more in there. So I definitely recommend that. Like I said, you may want to play around with it a little bit on the moisture level. So guys, this is Sweet Mila. Thank y'all so much for your name suggestions over on the community tab. It was a really hard decision because there's 5 of us, so it was very difficult, but y'all had some great suggestions. We ended up deciding to name her Mila. Her name when we adopted her was Apple Dumpling, which was so adorable, but we just kind of wanted something a little shorter. So we just wanted to introduce her to y'all. She's doing really well. She's already crate trained and potty trained, and we've even taught her how to sit. She already was crate trained and potty trained when we got her, so that was awesome. But she's learning lots of new tricks and we're really enjoying her. Say hi, Mila. So I thought I'd share a little footage of Mila for y'all. As most of y'all know, if you've read my community post or over on Instagram, we lost our dog Benji a little while back, and we found her through a rescue, and we just fell in love with her, and she's fitting in really well with our family. It definitely is a little different having a puppy than a senior dog, but we're already teaching her tricks and really having fun with her. She does eat her food a little too fast, so I've ordered one of those puzzle bowls so that we can slow her down a little on that. But we sure are enjoying her. I hope you enjoy seeing this footage. I've also got a clip for you of her sitting for a treat. She's such a sweet girl.
Mila, see it? Good girl.
So thank y'all so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed these recipes and that yummy Nutstop haul, as well as that cute, adorable puppy footage. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and join my YouTube family. I do all kinds of food content, recipes, all that stuff, what's for dinners, everything. It's all about the food here, so I would love to have you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any time I post a new video. I've got lots of yummy things in store for you. And a big, huge thank you to Nutstop for those items. We really enjoyed them. They were so good. Like I said, I'll have those favorites linked below and that discount code for 10% off in the description box. I hope you have a blessed day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one.